Creep by Radiohead is just 4 chords that go over and over and over again. 2 chords that are just taken diatonically from the key and 2 chords that aren't. Now I've done a video all about why I think the creep chord progression is so interesting before. It's in the top corner here or here, wherever it is. But let's see if we can come up with something different using those ideas. Creep's in the key of G, so that's G major, B major, C minor. I'm gonna do it in the key of C, C major. What they start off by doing is using a chromatic median. So the median is just the 3rd chord in the key. So in the key of C, C, D, E, that should be an E minor chord. But what we're gonna do is change it to an E major chord. So E minor would be this. We're gonna change it to an E major though. Now you can hear the creep kind of quality to that. Now what they then do is they take every note in this E major chord and they move it all up half a step. So everything just walks up a step, half a step, and that takes us into the 4 chord, in our case F major. And then they go into the F minor chord. So the minor 4 chord is another common thing to do. If you use both of those things, the chromatic median and the minor 4 chord, in this kind of way, you just write something that sounds like creep. And I don't really like to just completely lift something. I like to take an element and try and use it in my own way. This is something I found works quite well. Is going for the C major to the E major, but then instead of going to F major, go to an A minor. Now it doesn't sound like creep anymore, and that sounds awesome. I really love that sound. Now this is technically a secondary dominant chord. If you want me to do a video on secondary dominants, just let me know in the comments section. Basically C major, E major to A minor just sounds really cool. And then you can go to the F major like before. If you want to use them for minor as well, you can do. I don't think it really needs it at the moment. I could use that somewhere else as a different element to add. I think it sounds really cool. Now the other thing that I liked the sound of is, that gave me a different flavour of this, was changing the order of the E major and the A minor. So this time I'm going to go C major, A minor, then E major, and then the F, and see how that sounds. It doesn't sound like creep anymore, but it takes that element of the chromatic median and it uses it quite well. Right, now we've got the chromatic median. Now the cool thing now is it does that walk up half a step to get to the F chord. One of the things that I always tell people when they want to start songwriting to do is take things in the music that you like, learn about them, and then try and incorporate some of the things you learn in what you're doing, what you play, what you write. Because then you're going to practice using them, you're going to learn more things, and you're going to add more tools to your toolbox that you can draw upon when you write your songs in the future. There are 2 different ideas. I'm sure there are more ideas that you can come up with using these, but these are just 2 things that I came up with.